Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. How are you all doing today? Hope you had a lovely week, and I'll make sure you again have a lovely week ahead with all that I'm going to share. You would have some great opportunities to make money. So once again, welcome to the weekly mastermind session of Ask Abhishekraj, where I'll share with you all that you need to know on the markets front, how you should be managing your portfolios, where are your trading opportunities. Plus, if you listen to the analysis minutely, you will also understand how to analyze the market, what all are the things that you should be looking at. Because at the end of the day, when you hit the trading floor, you cannot be doing analysis. On the trading floor, you have to act on numbers. So you need to be very, you need to be prepared with your numbers. Because at the end of the day in the market, the only thing that you do is buy and sell. Analysis should always be done out of the market. So having said that, let's start the day. Let's see what all we have on cards. So let me share my screen with you first of all. Okay, here we go. So starting with the data points of how markets flared in the last week, almost all the sectors were positive apart from auto and metals. But again, they were also not majorly negative. Autos negative by 1.22% and metals negative by 0.48%. Rest all the indices, Nifty Bank, IT, Pharma, Finance, volatility index rose by 4.23%. That's one thing that could be concerning. FMCG, if you remember, a few weeks back, I had mentioned Hindustan Unilever, if it closes the November month above 2050, it could be giving humongous returns. We even initiated trades around 2100 levels and currently trading approximately 2400. So in order to get these trades during the market hours, which happens on in the real time trading days, feel free to join our dedicated client support line. Rest, you can always be watching my weekly videos. You'll get some great money making opportunities. Nifty services were good. Energy was good. Reality was good. PSU banks were the clear outperformers. If you remember, we had been covering Bank of Baroda. We had covered Bank of Baroda in last session. It gave huge returns within 1 week. Rest, everything is great. Overall, it was a positive week. Now let's take a look on the data points, what we have got. Now this is the monthly chart of Nifty. Clearly it's in uptrend. There's no problem in the trend. Now if you see this line of 12,450, this is the line of the previous highs, the Nifty that had in the beginning of year 2020. So by any chance, if there is any major decline in the market, this should be the biggest support area. Rest, if you take a look, let me just bring my highlighter. Okay. No, the pointer. Okay. So if you see this line here, there's the RSI trend line. Now the RSI is above 60 plus RSI even has got broken its trend line on monthly chart. So clear cut, markets are into uptrend. Now let's take a look on weekly chart. This is pretty much interesting. Number one, in case markets take a correction, you should not be worried. Reason is very simple. Take a look on the RSI trend line here and this trend, the upper trend line here. It's also into uptrend, the RSI into uptrend, no divergence on weekly basis. Now, one thing more important, if you see this big, okay, let me just bring my image right here. If you see this weekly big trend line, this is a trend line that covers almost more than an year. And this trend line has been broken. So that's also very much positive. Markets are positive. There is no question about it. Now, if you take a look on this rectangle crossed here, markets have been trading positive above the Bollinger Band. So the first support level, in case markets goes for gives you any kind of dip, the first support level would be 13,150 on weekly basis. That's the upper Bollinger Band. Now, one thing to note here, if you count the number of candles here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green candles on weekly chart. If you'll take a look on the previous trends as well, markets, Nifty goes almost 5 to 6 weeks positive, then it goes sideways. So it's kind of time where we are reaching, we could be reaching at the top of the market as well. Now that's visible on the daily chart. Now by top, it doesn't only mean there would be a correction. Any kind of uptrend is followed by a consolidation or a retracement. Technically, trend, correction, trend, correction is that what happens. Now, correction happens into two forms. It could be a price correction where we look at different retracement level, or there could be a decline or a fall, or it could be a time-wise correction where market would be on the sideways market instead of a falling market. So correction may be a time-wise correction, or it could be a price-wise correction. Now let's take a look on the daily chart. Daily chart is even fine. There's no problem into it. So what I have done for you, in case of any retracement, the recent swing that we have, if you take a look at the 40% retracement, to be more precise, 38.2% retracement placed around 13,270, and 50% retracement is placed around 13,180, 61% retracement placed around 13,089. 13,000, that's the psychological level, and even that's the 20 days moving average. So in case of any retracements, these are the price levels for you to watch. Number one, 13,500, a good psychological support. Number two, 13,450, 13,380, 13,270, and 13,180 is what you should be looking at in terms of supports where market can get in case of any decline. Rest on the upper side. In the last week, as I have shared, Nifty is headed for first target would be 13,500. That's already taken off. Now the second projection on the Nifty would be 13,950 approx. So on the upside, 13,500, 13,900, that's what you should be looking at. So that's all about Nifty. Now let's talk about Bank Nifty. Once again, Bank Nifty, this is little bit, the situation where we could be preparing for next round of up move, or market could be taking a halt or a correction. The reason is very simple. See this RSI, this market's lower highs, and RSI again, has reached the major trend line. So in case we see a breakout, remember, as per the Dow Jones theory, Dow Jones had a very simple idea, all the market averages confirmed together. So initially Dow Jones had made two averages, a Dow Jones Industrial Average and Dow Jones Railroad Average. So for any kind of market confirmation, as per Dow Jones, that the basic of technical analysis, both the indices are supposed to hit the new highs together. However, if you see the Bank Nifty, it's almost 10% below its all-time highs. However, Nifty is way above its all-time high. So what I mean to say, we are at a crucial juncture. In case markets continue any further, we could be headed for a big and massive upside, because Bank Nifty has a historically data of outperforming Nifty. In year 2019 as well, Nifty gave returns of 14%, Bank Nifty 19%, 2018, 2017. In last 20 years, Bank Nifty has outperformed Nifty. So there could be two situations. Situation number one, this is the end of the rally, because Bank Nifty is at the crucial 60 resistance on RSI on monthly chart. If Bank Nifty doesn't go above, doesn't give return in the month of December, or it starts falling from here, it would be like not bullish, and it would be difficult for the markets to catch up the further move. Rest in case that happens, the next rally could be getting triggered from the banking shares, and you already have seen how Bank of Baroda, Punjab National Bank, they have done massively well. Kotak Mahindra Bank corrected to 1800 and bounced back sharply above 1900. HDFC Bank not even reacting properly on negative news coming on the bank's front. So many things there that you should be keeping a watch on. So stay in the market, and I'll share some stocks as well later on. Now let's take a look on the weekly chart of Bank Nifty. On the weekly chart of Bank Nifty, if you take a look, what has happened is after a big uptrend, it's kind of rounding top that's getting formed. So keep a watch in case market do not start going up from here, or stay sideways in coming few weeks. So there could be a formation of rounding top as well. That would be negative. Rest, the weekly trend line where the resistance is expected, that's 34,000. So I'm bullish on the market. One thing important, if you see this circle, this is a golden cross. This is 20 days moving average, and the blue line is the 50 days moving average. Now, let me show you what exactly happens whenever we see this golden cross happening. If you see these lines here, markets have already been up. 20 days moving average has already been above the 50 days moving average. Markets take support, and the returns are just amazing. You can see that. So we could be preparing, or we could be getting into a time where the next rally, that could be from the beginning of January, could be coming from the banking shares altogether, and we already have a buy rating on HDFC Bank and many other stocks. So be prepared for the next rally from coming from the bank nifty. So in case of any declines, your first support line should be 30,000, because 30,000 is what your, it's a good psychological support as well. Now upside resistance is placed around 30,900, 31,000, 31,450. That's your upside resistance. Now let's take a look on daily chart. On daily chart as well, if you see, bank nifty was trading was facing difficulty around 30,000. We were into a consolidation of 29,000 to 30,000 range. Then we broke out. So we traded till 30,700. If you remember, my first target or the upside resistance was 30,700 as given in the last week's mastermind session. So all we are saying is, in case bank nifty goes below 30,000, we could be headed for testing the lows of the previous consolidation. That would be 29,000 range. Rest until we are trading above 30,000, there is no problem. So your support line should be 30,000 followed by 29,000, and in between we may have some other when we take a look on the daily chart. So let's see the daily charts. So this is the daily chart actually. And weekly chart we have already discussed, monthly chart we already discussed. Now let me show you some stocks where you can make some good money, okay? So starting with, this is Punjab National Bank. See, Punjab National Bank, we had covered already around a price of 31, 32, and it has already given a return. But again, you should continue your long position. That's the basic rule of trading. Because see, the problem is whenever markets go into uptrend, when the trend is ending, we do not, we have a habit of booking profits, getting into new stocks, booking profits, getting into new stocks. So always it would happen at the end of the uptrend, you would be new into some stocks and you would have already booked profit into all your bigger stocks. So what is going to happen the moment markets start coming down? If you hesitate booking your losses, your portfolio will go negative, because the position that you would have, they will go negative. So my advice to you always is, when you have caught up a good trend, when your stocks are performing, just continue with them. Because in case you are already making 30% on a stock and markets start declining, you'll probably be able to say goodbye to the market and take a safe exit and a good respectable exit of, let's say, 20-25% profits. Anyways, having said that, let me discuss about the markets now. This is the monthly chart, good monthly chart. Upper Bollinger Band support doing pretty much well, no problem. RSI also supporting. There's a positive reverse divergence on RSI as well. It's technically a kind of a 3-bar, registered 3-bar divergence. That's a positive divergence. Now on the weekly chart, if you take a look, this was the consolidation of 40 to 25. This has been broken. So what I am saying is, market should not go below 38. If so, you can be trading this particular stock with a stop loss of 38. Your next target would be 55. In case this is broken up, sky is the limit. On the daily chart as well, things look pretty much well. There were 2 days of correction, then markets went up. The best part of this correction is, you see the big green line, this correction retraced till the mid of this green line. So that's a very, very good sign. You can be continuing your position into into Punjab National Bank. Now this stock is Jublfood, one of my favorites that has already given me good money. Monthly, it has taken good support on daily chart, on 20 days moving average, on weekly chart, uptrend continue, RSI 60 support, everything looks perfectly fine, no problem. You can trade this stock, you can go long into this stock, and your stop loss you can maintain around 20 days moving average of 2,500. Keep buying on declines. I had bought it around less than 2,600. I initiated buying this stock when when it went above 50% of this last red candle. So around 25.50 is where I initiated buying during the week. However, if you want to get these stocks, as I said, during the week, you need to join us stay a part of it. So Jublfood, I'll share the numbers on targets as well. So that's good. This is one of stock that can give actually, वो कहते हैं ना, किस्मत बदलने वाला रिटर्न. जैसा कि कुछ दिनों पहले we traded Tata Chemical, within 5 days we made 35% profit. 350 का स्टॉक 527 होके आया, 450, 55, 60 तक तो हमने बेचा उसे. So it's like कि at times you get huge returns. These things would keep on happening. and this would only happen when you would have a holistic view. Now, having said that, let me discuss certain things about Z Limited. Now, the left one is a monthly chart. If you see this big trend line, this trend line starts from the price of 600 that was in 2018. So, 2 साल का trend line का breakout मिला है आपको. It's very, very positive. दूसरा RSI. Look at RSI. RSI is coming 40. So negative से sideways long term में जाने की तो preparation हो चुकी है, because कोई चीज negative से positive तुरंत तो जाएगी नहीं. Negative, sideways, then positive. So RSI showing good strength on monthly chart as well. Monthly chart पे आपको breakout मिला है बड़े trend line का. मेरे हिसाब से opportunity in cash करना चाहिए और ऊपर और जाए तो pyramiding करनी चाहिए. Now on the weekly chart, if you see, इसने already, आप इन 3 lows को देखोगे तो it's already higher low formation and then it's higher high formation. So any breakout above 220 will confirm this new uptrend altogether on weekly charts. So again, my trade would be just go long, और बाकी पोजीशन को मैनेज करने के लिए सिंपल सा तरीका है, डेली चार्ट पे जो रिट्रेसमेंट ड्रॉ करो, जो करंट अपस्विंग है आपका, करंट अपस्विंग में ध्यान रखिए कहां कहां पे डिप ले सकता है, कहां कहां पे आपको सपोर्ट मिल सकता है. तो आप डेली चार्ट पे इफ वी टेक अ लुक, द 20 days moving average is placed around 197. That's the 61% retracement of the current swing that started from 185 till 220. So keep buying the stock. On declines, you can be adding. You need to maintain your stop loss of 61% retracement, or you can say 190, 85 is maximum what you should be looking at. 197 is your stop loss, but keep a volatility band of, let's say, 50 days moving average, or that, and 50 days moving average is placed around 191. एक अच्छा price band भी मिल रहा है 191 का. साइकोलॉजिकल लेवल भी रहेगा आपका 190 का. तो मैं क्या सलाह दूंगा, इन केस मार्केट्स गो डाउन, इन केस जी लिमिटेड गोज डाउन, कीप accumulating till 197 or 195 maybe, and maintain stop loss of 195. In case it goes up, you need to trail your stop loss. तो जैसे ही 220 के ऊपर सस्टेन करके क्लोजिंग बेसिस पे आपको मिलेगा, your stop loss would come directly to 50% retracement. That would be 201. Further upside मिलता है तो you keep trailing your stop loss then to 38% retracement, 205-6, और ऊपर जैसे जैसे जाएगा स्टॉक आपका स्टॉप लॉस छोटा होता जाएगा. आपकी जो इनिशियल बाइंग है उसमें आपको कुशन मिलता जाएगा, प्रॉफिट कैन, you can keep pyramiding as well. So this is how you turn a small trade into a huge profit. That is exactly what we did in Tata Chemical. We started with 50%, added more on upside, eventually double quantity, 30% return, made very good money within 1 week time. So this was a detailed analysis of Z Limited. आप देखोगे इधर आपको weekly chart पे भी बॉलिंजर बैंड स्क्वीज आउट हो रहा है, और उसके ऊपर 220 के ऊपर निकलेगा तो वीकली बेसिस पे बॉलिंजर बैंड का भी ब्रेकआउट मिलेगा. दैट्स गोइंग टू बी वेरी वेरी पॉजिटिव. डेली चार्ट पे भी पॉजिटिव रिवर्स डाइवर्जेंस है. आरएसआई ने मार्केट ने नया लो नहीं बनाया है, आरएसआई ने नया लो बनाया है, और आरएसआई अपने एवरेज पे भी सपोर्ट ले रहा है. सो मोर और लेस जी लिमिटेड इज व्हाट यू शुड बी लुकिंग एट टू बाय. Now let me share something else. This is Bharat Electronics Limited. Again, sarkari bank, sarkari companies, I personally don't like them. But again, something good is happening. So let me just discuss with you. It's a conditional buy. Conditional buy in case the stock goes up minimum 4 to 5% above 120 level. So I would say 125 के ऊपर की अगर closing मिलती है, 125 के ऊपर निकलता भी है, तो you should be buying this stock. Why? Let me just show it to you. मंथली चार्ट देखो इसका, बहुत ही बढ़िया. आरएसआई नीचे 40 से 50 के ऊपर जा चुका है. अच्छा ऊपर ही बना हुआ है, कोई प्रॉब्लम वाली बात नहीं है. थोड़ा और ऊपर जाएगा तो 60 के ऊपर निकल जाएगा. एक छोटी सी प्रॉब्लम है, अगर आप ये वीकली चार्ट पर देखोगे तो हायर आई बना है इधर, बट अगेन ऑन आरएसआई फ्रंट वी हैव अ नेगेटिव डाइवर्जेंस, a bearish divergence, but again the price have not confirmed any kind of divergence to negative. So in case we see any breakout above 120, this would be a buy because divergence will be getting negated. तो किसी bearish move का negate होना ज्यादा positive होता है. Very simple. Now, if you take a look on the monthly chart as well, it's a good, I would say, kind of double bottom, not a double bottom, a kind of W pattern formation. थोड़ा सा इधर नीचे गया था, but आप देखोगे तो previous lows के नीचे ज़्यादा टिका नहीं है. We had a small body candles and doji candles here, and then followed by a big green candle. So more or less, this 80 was its support range. So 80 to 120 is where it was consolidating. It's now again at the top. In case this is broken, It's headed for a new uptrend altogether, which can take this stock to up to 180 price levels. Baki, even if you take a look at the underlying economy, government is pushing more on manufacturing, defense पे ध्यान है ज़्यादा सरकार का. So that's how things are happening. As so obviously Bharat Electronics Limited is going to be a beneficiary of that. Now on the daily chart एक volume pattern भी है जो आपको समझना चाहिए. If you see here the big green candle supported by big green volumes, the only problem on volume front is this big green candle, but again small bodied, ऊपर shadow ज़्यादा है, and that's a big volume. So बेचा गया है, कुछ ना कुछ तो माल खाली करा गया है. So be patient. Don't jump into this particular trade instantly. Keep it on your radar. Wait for a good confirmation, good closing above 120 or 125 would be what I would suggest. 125 के ऊपर निकले तो 118-19 का ऐसे लेकर के या 115 का stop loss लेकर के you can enter this stock for targets till 180 to 200 is what I am looking at. अपना high test करना चाहिए और नया high भी बना सकता है. So that would be all on the stocks front. Now let me share what are we doing on the indices front, other indices, what you should be looking at. Auto index view cautious. Last week was a weekly reversal candle. Last week में autos ने नया high बनाया और negative closing हुआ. So that's a kind of negative candle. What I'm saying is कि अगर कल की डेट में हमें अच्छी upside मिलती है तो एक reversal candle negate हो रहा है. तो मेरे हिसाब से अगर कल मंडे के सेशन में फ्राइडे का इंडेक्स ने लो नहीं तोड़ा, इट कुड बी अ गुड बॉटम फिशिंग अपॉर्चुनिटी, एल्स अवॉइड. एनर्जी बुलिश, financial services sideways, IT sideways to positive. Be cautious. Dollar is declining, because of which ITs are declining. Now historically there is something called time period analysis as well. पिछले 110 सालों का इतिहास है. Dollar always makes its low, almost 60-65% of the times dollar have a cycle of making lows around the month of January. So we are already mid of December, January, dollar low बनाएगा and then it can be rising again. So having said that, ITs पे थोड़ा cautious रहिए. Metals sideways to positive. Last session बहुत अच्छा था, अच्छी recovery आई थी bottom से. They look good. Iron ore prices are good. Copper ने थोड़ा सा halt लेकर के copper is again going up. So looks like metals could again contribute to the next week movement, but we are not capturing any trades. We already have metal stocks, we already covered Tata Steel, we already covered Hindalco. So metals में कुछ नया नहीं है करने को. Trend is continue. Pharma positive अगर upside continue रहता है तो otherwise reversal भी हो सकता है. Last week candle was a gravestone doji. तो अगर मंडे की शुरुआत उसकी पॉजिटिव रहती है और हमें एक दो दिन पॉजिटिव क्लोजिंग मिलती है, वी कैन बी गेटिंग सम गुड अपसाइड अपॉर्चुनिटी. समझिए, फार्मा स्टॉक्स वर डूइंग गुड बिकॉज ऑफ दिस कोरोना वायरस पेंडेमिक. नाउ वी आर गेटिंग इनटू अ फेज जहां पे वैक्सीन आएगा. नाउ फार्मा में देयर आर मेनी कंपनीज, औरो फार्मा, सन फार्मा, डेविस लेबोरेटरीज, इप्का लेबोरेटरीज, एलकेम, Dr. Reddy's, so many companies are there. Everyone is not going to distribute vaccine. When the vaccine comes, we are looking at a big $650 billion market altogether. So, कुछ companies होंगी जिनको vaccines के orders मिलेंगे, सबको नहीं मिलने वाला. So now that would be the time you need to be very, very, stock specific in pharma stocks. Because when the entire focus would shift to some specific stocks, then probably some would be laggards. So यहाँ पे फार्मा सेक्टर के अंदर आपको कुछ बड़ी अपॉर्चुनिटी भी मिलेगी और फंसने का भी चांस है. So in pharma index, I will personally suggest कि आप index wise ना चल के go stock specific, take stock specific view and trade the stock specific view. So I hope this is going to help you a lot in your trading. I hope you got some information, some good insights on how to manage your position, how you should be dealing with the markets. So again, as I've been already saying, you need to always follow a top down approach. मार्केट का व्यू देखो, फिर सेक्टर का व्यू देखो, फिर स्टॉक स्पेसिफिक जाओ, एंड ऑलवेज बिलीव ऑन नंबर्स. डाइवर्जेंस, ब्रेकआउट सब होता रहता है, बट अगेन प्राइस इज व्हाट इट्स वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. फोकस ऑन द प्राइस, focus on the price action, look at the volume. Eventually there are only few things that you need to be looking at. You don't need 10 stocks to make money. You need one stock, you need two stocks, and always follow numbers. Be disciplined. Discipline and mindset is the key to trading. In trading, 70% result would come from here, and from the analysis only 30%. I will also advise you, in case you want to join the mastermind weekly session, drop me into your comments. I'll invite you to the mastermind session. We'll discuss your stocks too individually, in detailed analysis करेंगे, आपको भी काफी बेनिफिट मिलेगा. तो जैसे मैं अपना अगले हफ्ते के लिए प्लान करके अपना बकेट तैयार रखता हूँ कि हाँ, these are the stock that I would be looking at. ये सारे स्टॉक्स हैं जहां मैं प्रॉफिट बुक करूंगा, जहां मैं लॉस बुक करूंगा, ये सारा काम मेरे को करना है. तो that is how you should be going, approaching the next week all together, so that during the week action you are just hitting the numbers. That's it. One thing we missed today, let me just share my screen once again to give you the stock updates that we had been following. Just a second. No problem. फाइल में कुछ प्रॉब्लम है. Having said that, that would be all for today's session. आपको मैं रिमाइंडर दे देता हूँ, हमारे पास टाटा स्टील कवर कर रहे थे हम, एंड फ्रॉम 500 levels now it's 600 plus ट्रेड कर रहा है. तो ट्रेल करो स्टॉप लॉस, 600 के आसपास का स्टॉप लॉस मेंटेन करो. 590 इज व्हाट यू शुड बी मेंटेनिंग. हिंडाल्को हमने प्रॉफिट बुक कर लिया है. टाटा मोटर्स वी आर वॉचफुल ऑन इट, वो 8-8.5% के रिटर्न पे है. अगर कोई प्रॉब्लम दिखती है 180 के नीचे, विल प्रोबेबली बी एग्जिटिंग दैट. एचडीएफसी बैंक लॉन्ग में ओपन खड़ा है. लार्सन एंड ट्यूब्रो 1050-60 के भाव से हमारी एंट्री थी. टारगेट था 1200 से 1300 का. 1200 के ऊपर तो ऑलरेडी ट्रेड कर रहा है, जाकर के आया. बट we are bullish on Larsen and Tubro will maintain that position. Rest हमने कुछ नए positions ऐड किए हैं, नए stocks ऐड किए हैं आज. Z Entertainment we discussed, Punjab National Bank we discussed, I discussed Bharat Electronics Limited as well. So hope that would be all for in today's weekly mastermind session. Any queries, any doubts, any question about any analysis, any stock that you want to know, कुछ फंडामेंटल टेक्निकल एनालिसिस में दिक्कत है, फॉर एनीथिंग फील फ्री टू राइट मी. आई एम अप्रोचेबल ऑन 9654998409. दैट्स माय मोबाइल नंबर. Email address abraj2356@gmail.com. You can also write me on askabhishekraj@askabhishekraj.com. You can reach me on Instagram, Facebook. My handles are askabhishekraj. So that would be all. Wish you all very happy coming festive seasons, great winters. नए साल की तैयारी बहुत मजे से करो. That would be all. Thank you so much. Happy trading. Goodbye. Take care.